Hello, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny Reset episode 98. This podcast is about anything and everything related to Destiny the game. If you love playing Destiny as much as we do, you're in the right place. This reset, Cyborg returns to the show along with Manny as we get hyped to Arc Stride at E3, nerd out over the future of Patrol and Destiny 2, and ponder what PC means for the game in the future. Hello, Guardians, and welcome. It's Arrow Knight, and here with me this week, Mr. AKA Manny G. What's up, dude?
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing... What's that?
I don't know.
Is that you?
No, it's not me, man. You sound wide awake. It can't be you. Good grief.
Is that a
Cyborg
bear?
said he was going to try and make it this week, but we couldn't get a hold of him. What is that? It sounds like Cyborg.
Guys.
Hey, dude. What's up,
I'm awake.
man?
I'm awake. I'm here.
He is there, dude.
man.
He is there.
I made it.
Are
You made it.
Tired? Exhausted?
I promised I would be here, and
You made it. You made it.
I'm here.
You need to go get some coffee. We can just
Hey,
chill for a minute. Welcome
how's
back.
it going?
Dude. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We
Good
missed
to
it.
be here. It's good to see the studio didn't blow up last week while I was gone.
No, yours should definitely be in place.
Now, the most important thing I need to know was who sat in my chair.
Ooh.
Because I know somebody sat in my chair.
Well, your actual chair, nobody. Because, we don't record in the same room. But Joe and Manny joined me, and I got to say, they pretty much killed it.
Did who sat on whose lap, Manny?
Well, it's like a tandem chair, so it's actually one person sits in front of the other.
It's like a bicycle.
Yeah.
I always forget the name of those bikes. There you go.
All right.
Well, welcome back,
Enough
dude.
goofing around.
How's life? We
It's
missed
good. I missed you guys. It was kind of strange because Thursday when you guys were recording, to be honest, I was in such a daze I didn't even realize it was recording night. And then after the fact, I looked in Discord and they were like, "Great job, guys! Good show." And I was like, "This is so strange. I'm not there." But I listened. You guys had a phenomenal show without me, and loved hearing what I heard. And it certainly made me miss Air Night here.
Man,
good bit while I was
again,
gone.
we had a little bit where we didn't actually hear each other's voices. It was just all text messaging.
I know, but I'm okay. It's okay. I'm here now.
You got to share
Everything will be
Arrow
all right.
every once in a while. He doesn't come to play to Xbox very often, so.
Dude,
Did you
both
get
my
him on
consoles
Xbox? Because that
both
would
my
be
consoles are getting a little dusty.
Just on Skype.
all right.
We're glad to hear everything's great. We've got some stuff to talk about this week. Not a whole lot written down, but we always find something to talk about.
Well, it's another week and another week in Destiny, so there's always something going on. Mm-hmm. Before we get started, of course, I'd like to give a little shout out. There was a stream put on by a conglomeration of the community to raise money for our dear friend Jay Howard 414.
So cool.
To send that boy to Guardian Con. And before we stopped recording, they just hit the goal. 5 hours into it. So
yeah, they're like a quarter of the way into the stream. Now it's all going to charity, so it's fantastic.
Yeah. So everything, I think they're going to try to raise another $1,000 at a minimum for Stack Up, right?
Right. It's so cool, dude, because Derp Fam, Fluffy Fingers, got to give a shout out to him, coordinated it, organized it, and then everybody jumped on Derp Fam and outside of the Derp Fam. And like you said, 5 hours into it and goal achieved. So very cool.
That was really
Congratulations. Awesome. Yep. So there's what's the opposite of a silver lining? Would it be like a dark, ominous lining?
I didn't even think we were going to talk about it.
Somehow, very foolishly, I volunteered us as an incentive for the stream, that if the goal was reached, that we would consume pineapple pizza at GuardianCon.
Well,
so that's a thing now.
That's a thing. Thanks,
that
man.
sounds delicious.
Thanks, dude. I'm giving you like a smile and a thumbs up right now, Cyborg. Thank you.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to say for myself.
And I told them it's a slice. They're insisting on a whole pizza, and they said, Slarty said, well, then it's going to be one whole uncut pizza, and that's one slice.
I specifically said slice in our original statement and agreement. So,
well, I told them I would give a legit one bite. And if I don't like it, then I'm downing the rest in seconds.
You're just going to wolf it down? I don't blame you, man. Just fold that sucker up and inhale it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced you guys are going to be converted.
I don't know, man. My wife loves
get a pineapple
pizza,
shirt.
She loves pineapple pizza, man. And even if like a sliver of one gets on a slice, like that slice is pretty much done.
Contaminated.
Yeah. I will say though, classic like 2-year-old style. I don't know that I've ever legitimately given it a good healthy bite. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
Scary times.
I don't know. I may do a practice run. I let just sneak a slice of my wife's before we go to Guardian.
Wow.
Just so I don't pass out.
This man's got some cojones. Y'all ready to talk about some news?
Yes.
Let's talk about some news.
Some news. Everybody was convinced that we were going to hear the date of the beta this week.
So much so we...
I was getting the 5th degree in like my raid chat. They were like, don't you? You know it's going to come. Tell us. But I didn't know. I don't know anything about it. For some reason, the TWAB got delayed till the following morning, Friday morning. And, of course, we were so concerned that we delayed recording just to make sure that the beta didn't get released. But
thank you for being flexible, Manny. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
With your schedule.
I'm always just sitting at this desk ready to go.
We're like, Manny, dude, is it cool if we push it off a couple days? We're going to wait for the TWAB. I will say, though.
He just hangs out every night with his mic, just twiddling his thumbs like,
Are they going to message? You should just take the show over, dude. But between your guest appearances on coffee podcasts and your voice that I always hype up, there's no need to hype it up. You pretty much could just take this over, solo show.
Oh,
Destiny Reset featuring Manny, and that is all.
Manny, if I start like streaming on Twitch, will you like legitimately come on like really late at night on weeknights and do like a 10-minute late night with Manny G segment?
We can do that. That sounds good.
That would be so cool.
Or just don't say anything and let him do all the voiceover work.
Yeah.
That works.
Well, you could just come on and like give people love advice and coffee advice and
there you go.
Scotch advice. Those all go together, right?
Well, you know, we should take this opportunity, Manny, real quick.
Okay.
What's this coffee podcast? Because everybody's probably wondering now. You mentioned it last week.
Yes, I have some friends in Arizona who have started a coffee roasting company. They have a goal to start some cafes eventually, but they're doing a podcast, and they are
about coffee.
Really cool guys. And I met them on the internet, just like I meet everybody else in my life. And
you like do little segments. Reviews or recommendations.
I send in recommendations, and they talk about them in the show. It's just a small spot, but I have them convinced that I know stuff. So
way to go.
Yeah. So it's working out. But no, they're really great guys.
So can you give me like a coffee pairing? Like if I gave you say a food, like a breakfast food, could you tell me the appropriate coffee to go with it?
Well, you know what? The best coffee is usually the one that's right in front of you, so you can actually drink it. But
this guy.
Like,
I just want to know what would go well with a maple Pop-Tart.
I almost forgot, but
brown sugar Pop-Tart.
Did you hear that?
Oh,
yeah. What is that?
I went to the store the other day, and I saw these. It's from La Colombe. It's It's a draft latte, and they're canned. And wait, hold on. I don't know how they do it, but it's actually like frothy when you drink it. It's really good.
Amazing.
Anyways, this will go good with your breakfast.
I'm sold.
I'll send you one.
All right.
Well, there's our tangent.
all
One
right.
tangent.
Yes.
One tangent for the
Tangent
show,
complete.
and we welcomed it.
I think that's the third one, but let's talk about this week at Bungie.
I was going to say, dude, this week at Bungie, since we didn't get the beta reveal date, my favorite thing about TWAB this week is that thumbnail image, or the banner at the top. That is a killer image.
Dude,
That is so awesome.
I'm a little salty that I don't go get to play, on the Arc Strider.
Arc Strider. I know, right? We were at the reveal event. Come on, Bungie.
I know. They obviously didn't have it ready, but big news is at E3 coming up in a couple weeks. They're going to have the same content available to play if you're attending E3. The Homecoming mission, the Countdown Crucible mode, and the Inverted Spire Strike will all be available to play, but then also the Arc Strider Hunter subclass. So I'm excited, even though we won't get to play it ourselves, to see a first look at what that's going to look like, because I think that particular subclass has gotten a ton of hate since they released it. So
Manny and I were talking about it a little bit, and I personally, Manny agreed. I think I'm fine with it. I've been fine with it since I saw it. Like it's cool. I know it looks.
I think it looks
similar,
really cool,
but it looks awesome. Like it looks so cool. I know
Dude, it looks
closed.
killer, dude. It looks great.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there's some substance to it that they'll show off and kind of redeem every, I guess win everybody over is what I'm hoping.
Yeah. I wonder if it would have been solar flames coming off the pole that they wouldn't have done it so much. I don't know.
Interesting. But then you would have had to get rid of Gunslinger.
Right, and that can't happen.
Dude,
Are you
I
okay with
played
that?
I played a lot of Diablo 3. I played a lot of the Monk, and I loved the lightning spec for the Monk.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I first saw this, that's what I thought. I thought of a lightning Monk
Nice.
from Diablo. But yeah, it looks awesome, dude. I'm super excited.
Very
Does
nice.
look cool. Does look cool.
So that's the big news, like the biggest of the big from this week at Bungie.
Yep.
Over in the Destiny player support, they're investigating an issue where some activity statistics have not been appearing on Bungie.net. I did pick up that they have restored some missing statistics from May recently. That's a mouthful to
Is
say.
this statistics going to become an issue?
It's the new issue at hand. Statistics. So I think that is solved. I'm pretty sure I saw on Twitter, but they do want to know if you're having a problem with that. You can hit them up in the forum. Also, there's a issue with people not being able to access their friends list in the in-game roster tab. Personally, that happens to me at least once a week. Do you guys have this problem where your friends list disappears?
All the time.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I've kind of just accepted it as part of the, like a normal bug. And then
I
usually
just
it
use
comes
my
back.
Xbox friends list. Because,
Yeah.
often when I'm in game, I can't see anybody, so.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, let me invite you, and then everything's gone.
Dude, Cyborg, I gave you a shout out last week because, well, like Cyborg style, you always cover the What's Up Doc section so well. But I'm going to predict what's going to be in there next week.
What you think?
The random losses that apparently are happening in trials this weekend when people aren't losing. But it probably won't make it into.
I haven't even heard about that. What's going on?
I don't know. Friday, I saw several tweets. People apparently aren't losing at all, and they're getting losses on their cards. So
Wow.
I'm super excited to jump in for the first time in a while tonight. But
That's rough.
We'll see. Yeah, didn't it? I feel like something like that happened before with trials. Maybe not that exact.
I think
same
I
thing.
remember some kind of card issue where
Something
people
of
would
that nature.
pick up like a loss or not get a mercy working or something. a long time ago, though.
Who knows? Maybe it's already been resolved. This all was going down like almost as soon as it went live Friday.
Yeah, we can't keep up. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to give some love to Destiny player support to keep us playing, keep everything working well. But I think important thing is if you're having a problem with that friends list accessibility, they would ask that you post a report to the #help forum about that issue with some questions that they're asking for. Read the TWAB for those questions. And yeah, you had like the movie of the week and all that fun goodness there.
Bungie Bounty was Skill Up, which is already happened today, earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, which is a YouTuber we brought up some time ago. He did a really, really good like final review for Destiny 1 that is worth checking out if you're interested in that sort of thing.
Manny, you want to tell him about this movie of the week? You had me watch it before we started recording. Pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. Movie of the week,
Bombs
is covered in bombs. It's pretty funny. So basically, it's the Scion Flares strike, and you know the little pulsing like cylinders that if you shoot they explode. He basically just gathered them throughout the map, put them like a big old stack where one of the Scion Flares spawns, and then he starts the fight. And then he pops up and pops it with a sniper, and then you see the flare going like flying across the map.
No way.
It's pretty sweet, yeah.
I'm going to have to watch that.
It looks like a lot of work, but it's funny.
How do you corral those things?
You kick them. There. You just have to walk them over.
Walk into them?
You got to bump them over, yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty funny. Good stuff.
That's something. Well,
that's the TWAB.
That's the TWAB this week. So that's kind of the only major news. I think we just got to look forward to E3. And I guess my only comment was I was kind of curious if they were going to talk about anything new at E3 that we haven't seen yet.
I think they're saving the beta the date for E3. Like, did they have any like moment where they're going to be able to announce something like that, or is it really just like hey, play our game again? Well, I guess obviously they're going to get interviewed by several gaming news, outlets. Yeah. So very true.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll just have more talk in depth about, some other things in the game that they haven't talked about yet. Lots to see, lots to talk about.
Well, I was going to mention, I don't think we ever mentioned this on the show, Cyborg. We saw it, the Destiny Funko Pop figurines.
Yeah.
Coming in August. And I think you said pre-order? You can already
pre-order? I pulled them up on GameStop. You can pre-order them right now. GameStop has a release date as September 15th.
Oh, okay, so maybe September.
But I don't know if that's accurate. Yeah. I guess it could be. But you can buy them individually. Or you can buy them as a pack. And it looks like what we've got is Zavala, Cade, Ikora. There is this is Oryx. We've got Xur and Atheon, and then we've got Shax.
Manny, did you say 2 of those were exclusive to just GameStop?
Yes, well, Target gets Crota. Only Target does. And Atheon and Xur are exclusive to GameStop.
Dude,
and then I think there's there's a special edition of Crota that is like glowy or something, and it's like 1 out of 10 you get if you buy it. He'll be some kind of different finish, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the packaging actually has a little sticker that's like limited edition.
Ooh,
look out for that.
Dude, what is it about Destiny? Target. I still haven't put together all of my Mega Blocks, dude, and my shelf is already overflowing. And it's like I just want to buy everything Destiny. Sometimes, like I look at these and I'm like, I want all of these, and I'm like, do I really need to get all of these? figurines.
What's funny, man, because I was actually this afternoon was cleaning up my office because things have just been piling up ever since I went out of town and came back, and started, I had some more stuff that I've gotten, and I started trying to find places for it, and I realized, okay, I got to get another shelf because I'm out of room. I'm just completely out of room, and I still have one small Mega Block set on my desk to put together, and I've got like all these pins and patches and statues and all this stuff.
Dude.
I'm gonna run out of room.
Mm-hmm. If only SOCOM had all this kind of stuff. There's no telling what my shelf would look like.
Arrow, did you get the Loot Crate DX crate?
I'm not sure which version
Just
I
like
got.
the $40 or $50 one or whatever.
No.
Did you get the regular Loot Crate?
Normal regular Loot
Okay.
Crate. I got some patches. Why was there a cooler Destiny item in the
There
other
were
one?
there were two actually. I got it Thursday, and it has a really cool gray Destiny shirt, and on the front it's like the Vanguard insignia. But it looks really nice because it's kind of a low key shirt, like everything is gray on it, and then the insignia is like a dark gray or black, so it's kind of understated. And then it also came with a pin that is a ghost, and it's
cool.
kind of similar to like the Dead Ghost pin that some of the YouTubers and stuff got from the LA event, but this one's alive. He's alive.
Dude, I'm no Loot Crate aficionado. As a matter of fact, that was the first one I'd ever gotten, but that's kind of goofy to have different tiers of Loot Crate boxes. I didn't really know that all that cool stuff would be in the $40 one. I may have spent
the
$10
DX
more.
one I had never really paid attention to or heard of, but apparently the DX crate is like nicer stuff. Like it usually comes with maybe it would come like with a hoodie or like something more expensive, so you're paying more. And I really honestly wish that all the crates were like that level of stuff that I got, because I got a Marvel book, a Star-Lord figurine that matched, like, the Groot and what's his name figure that came with the regular one.
Yeah, I
it's
got
like,
a figurine too.
It's like a Star-Lord one in that set.
Nice.
And then it came with the 2 Destiny items, and then it came with something else. I can't remember what. But it was like really nice stuff. I was like, I would feel better about spending my money if all the crates were this level of stuff. Because the $20 Loot Crate one usually just comes with a lot of crap. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. I thought I paid $30 for mine. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm a Loot Crate noob. The idea is awesome, but that kind of stinks. And I guess I should have just researched on the site a little more. I'm sure they told you that you got more Destiny stuff if you got the DX version or whatever you said.
Yeah, it just wasn't as... I didn't even notice that, like, that one when I saw that the Loot Crate was going to have Destiny stuff, I ordered that. And then, like, 2 weeks later, I just happened to see something about the DX one on Twitter, and I was like, wait, what is this? And I saw that, and I was like, oh, cool, okay, I'll order this one too. But I would not have noticed it if I just hadn't came across it on Twitter. It wasn't as well
very cool.
advertised.
You have to take a picture of that pin, and let me see. I guess I could just find it on the internet.
Sending it to you now.
Sending it now.
Don't worry.
You're the pin collector.
I that has become a thing, hasn't it?
I think so. Officially, right now.
Yeah.
We're declaring it.
Got a lot of Destiny pins.
All right.
All
I'm doing it. Actually, no, I'm not going to, because I did some really cool stuff this week. One of you guys do it.
Arrow Knight, how was your reset?
You're not going to believe it. Manny, you're technically not a guest because you were on last week, and you've been on like 3 times. So then can I answer first?
Yeah, go for it, man.
You guys aren't going to believe it, even though I already told you. I ran all 3 of my nightfalls.
What?
On reset day.
Pixar didn't happen.
It happened, man. It happened.
I'm going to
I
Destiny
have no
Tracker.
picks, and I don't even have an icebreaker to show for it. I was trying to get my icebreaker. I said last week I want the icebreaker. I want to goof around with it. It's been long enough. Let's get this thing. Come on, RNG. No icebreaker.
So
I
that
ran
was
one
the
with-
motivation for all those nightfalls.
Oh yeah, that was it. That was the motivation. I actually, week before last, I think after we recorded, I tried to solo the Daybreak. What's the name of that strike with the at the very end with the ogre and I can't remember the name.
The
of that strike.
Abomination Heist.
Yes, thank you. Tried to solo that one. Got all the way there, no problem. And I mean, less than 10 minutes. But then once you get there, it's like, I even tried the cheese. I don't understand. That spot doesn't work. I slide out of it every time.
Yeah,
But-
that's probably the hardest strike to try to solo. Yeah.
So I tried it for a little bit. I got the bubble tighten out. Man, I got that dude like trying to teeter each side of the pillar, couldn't get to me, and then surely, I mean, it was like dead. It's like, okay, all right, I don't think this is gonna happen. So next reset, all three. I ran one with Clintus, and then I LFG'd. It was like 3 a.m. I woke up, and Derp Fan was asleep. I didn't even ping Discord because there wasn't any like recent posts, and there was like 2 people online. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try to LFG old school like I used to, and found someone, ran one. We messaged back and forth on PSN, asked if he needed another, ran another. It was like, I even tweeted about it. It was such a pleasant experience. It was so cool to have like that experience with a complete stranger that just wanted to run some Nightfalls like we used to before the Dirt Fam days. So anyways,
That is nice.
it was very cool. We were like, thanks, have a good night, that whole thing. And left him on my friends list. But so long story short, no icebreaker. I did get the old icebreaker out of the vault today, actually, because I'm probably going to jump in and just kind of goof around a little bit with it. See, hopefully I can get the year 3 icebreaker next reset. But that's pretty much what I did. I played some random Crucible matches. I got a new Luna. I was telling you guys about that. Finally got a Luna with rifled, and I got Icarus, and the other perk's okay. But it was finally nice to get one with rifled. But that's mine. That's my reset. What'd you guys do?
So I got on one night this week because that's all I got time for.
Yeah.
I got on last night and I ran some trials with some of the Dirt Fam buds.
Very cool.
And had a pretty good time, actually. I actually did it on my Titan, and I ran a Defender, and we used weapons, and man, it worked out just great one time. I popped it as one of my teammates was running towards an enemy combatant, and I popped it, and I was like, it's on weapons, and he like 3-tapped a enemy with sidearm, and it just melted him, and the poor guy probably just didn't know what the heck was going on. But we did pretty well, man. We cruised straight to 6 really fast, and then just got crushed twice in a row.
That, yeah.
It's about typical.
Dude, I haven't been in so long. I mean, I hear it's still pretty sweaty, but
Yeah.
You confirm after 6. Pretty legit.
Can confirm. Super sweaty after 6. But still had a lot of fun. Just playing elimination.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good time. I hadn't played Trials in a while, so it was great. I'm almost done with my Moments of Triumph node for Trials. I think I have to get maybe 10 more heavy kills or something. Everybody's saying that's the worst one to get. It's basically impossible to get
Especially now, yeah.
heavy kills right now on Trials, but
Yeah.
I've got 5 heavy kills right now. I think I need 15. So that was my reset.
Manny,
What about you, Manny? What'd you
do?
get into?
Well, I got to jump into the Vault of Glass.
I'm so
Ooh.
jealous. I still have yet to do that.
Is that what's up
man.
this week?
Yes,
the Vault?
Vault of Glass this week. I went in there with just some shout outs with Alex Ventress, with I Am Zodiac, Little Dan's On Man, Andy Man, and Archimedes. So we jumped in there. It was really fun. And then before Templar, I started having connection issues, and then my internet died on me.
Oh,
dude, I was so unhappy. Like I kind of live out of the city, so like the best internet I can have is DSL, and it is garbage. So
Potato.
was that like a little out of the city or like a little way out of the city?
I'm a few miles out. I am, but I mean it's nice out here where I am. But
you're like surrounded by woods, aren't you? I feel like you've like sent us a picture. No,
yeah. I have my
if I was thinking
backyard
wrong.
is like a lake, and I got like trees everywhere.
Oh man,
It's a sweet spot, but man, I don't know. Part of me wants to move into the city into like a little tiny apartment, just so I can have internet.
yeah. Just get you like a side apartment that you can swing by like on the way home from work or something.
There you go. Just to jam. Just to play.
It's a man cave, but it's an actual entire apartment.
Like the story is that you get busted because you've got a bachelor pad and your wife walks in expecting the worst, and you're sitting there like, yeah, I win, and you're just rating,
That's it.
But
there's one
somebody
chair,
jumped
one
in for
coffee
me,
table, and one TV.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
it.
hey, what else do you need?
in a mini fridge next to the chair,
Oh man,
and that's it. The whole place is empty.
that's funny.
So yeah, somebody jumped in for me. I'm not sure who it was. It may have been Fluffy Fingers, maybe. I don't know. But and then I played some other nights. I played Crucible with Joe. I think Thaden jumped in as well, but mostly just some laid back Destiny action for the most part.
No better way than in Baltic Glass, man.
I know, man. I was
Dude,
so bummed, but
How do I find 6 hunters? Because I need to go and slay all the need to slay them Gorgons.
Oh, I haven't done that either. Yeah.
Let's do it this weekend, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Every time we go in there, we're like running through, and everybody's like, "Nah, I don't want to do that today.
It's too much work."
Right,
Yeah.
I'll find somebody else to do it with." So let's put together a team just to go slay the Gorgons.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I've heard the way to go is a bunch of hunters with Celestial Nighthawk and Gunslinger. Apparently,
That'll
that's
do it. Yeah.
that's the jam. Now,
Dude, that button is awesome. Sorry, I just pulled up your image.
oh,
That thing is cool, dude.
isn't that cool? Pretty cool pin.
Can I still get the DX loot crate box?
I don't know. You might check it out. It's possible.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay, man.
I'm jelly.
Jelly might like my jelly.
Mm.
I'm prepared to create a hunter this week, guys, on
What?
Xbox,
Nice.
because I really want to quote unquote platinum this game, even though that's not a thing on Xbox. There's those trophies or achievements, as we call them,
Oh, yes.
are sitting unfinished for far too long. And I really, even though it doesn't matter, I want to go like max grimoire every achievement and complete the full book of Age of Triumphs before Destiny 2. It's my goal.
Nice.
And as unfortunate as it is, it's going to require me to delete a warlock.
Oh, boy.
Which
So I'm
one's
gonna have
yours?
like
business.
I'm gonna have like a goodbye night. I'm gonna delete my ugly one, of course. Like there's not very many people who have seen this guy because he is so hideous that I never take his helmet off. But it is the most hideous character in Destiny, I promise. And he is that way because long time ago, let's see, I guess this was like the Crota era, the Dark Below. So I was like really trying to, get up to like level 32 or whatever. And really needed another character. So I was working all the time. My buddy, he was at home. I think he was unemployed at the time. And I was like, I'm going to create another warlock. And he's like, I'll do it for you. So he logged into my account, created my warlock. And I really didn't think it through. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And I forgot that, you got to design the character. So he like plays with them and got him up to like level 10 with me and I got home that day. and I loaded them up and realized how badly I had erred. And I called him up. I was like, "What did you do?" And he just was cracking up laughing because he just made the most hideous character he could for me.
So that was toast.
I wasn't going to delete him. Like, I didn't want to go level him up to 10 again. So I just rolled with it, and I've had him ever since. And he's really just there for
back in the day, he was there
raid
for
runs.
extra loot, right?
Yeah. Well,
You
yeah.
had to run all your characters to try to get the gear.
Run multiple nightfalls, run extra, raids. I had 3 warlocks at a point until I deleted one to make my Titan, if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So that he's going to go. I'll probably have like a goodbye night.
You should do it. Yeah. Dude, I'm surprised Xbox, I was mainly 360 back in the PS3 days, but I just tweeted out this week that my only platinum is Destiny, and I love that it's my only platinum, but it's kind of funny that Xbox doesn't give you it's something simple, like you said. It's not a big deal, but to get all the achievements for a game, they don't really recognize that, do they? You just get all the achievements.
Yeah, I've always liked how there's like a platinum thing in PlayStation. I've always thought that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you it's not easy on a lot of games to platinum a game,
Right. Yeah, and some games. I mean, all the trophy hunters out there on the PlayStation side. There are some easy ones out there to platinum, but most of them it's difficult. It's not easy to get a platinum. Yeah. So you would think that would be something like after a few requests, Microsoft would just be like, we do need something kind of like that.
Well, they did do something pretty unique with their new rare achievements that I really like. So what they did is they keep track of how many people unlock certain achievements.
Oh yeah.
So when you unlock an achievement that I think it's like less than 1% of the community or whatever, you get a special notification, like a special sound effect that's really cool. So that feels kind of cool when you do that. I've gotten that a couple times. Like, oh, dope! I'm super rare.
Super rare.
I did it.
Which is really only a blue.
Right. It's just a common achievement.
Yeah.
Not even exotic.
Alrighty.
Well, what else is going on this week, guys? I know you guys came with some things to talk about.
Mine won't take too long. Manny's, he says isn't going to take too long, but this dude's got some notes about some patrols.
I don't believe you.
Tell us what you got on your mind, Manny.
Let's talk about this. It sounds fun.
Yeah, man. Well, I wanted to talk about the whole exploration game that we're about to receive with these 4 new zones. And man, I am just super excited about it. So
I hope it's major exploration.
I do too, man. I really do.
Even if it's not major exploration, if it's even like a couple more layers deep, which it sounds like than what we have now. Tell us what you want, man.
Well, I remember the first time I went to the Dreadnought, and I was with it seems like all my Destiny stories have Joe in there somewhere, but Joe and I
used to play a lot together.
Yeah. We started the Dreadnought together, and we just spent hours like the first night just looking through all the different hallways and trying to find stuff, and that's
so cool.
It was just great. So like that's a part of like how I relate to Destiny in my mind is just the fun exploration, but so we're getting 4 new planets, right? We're getting Titan, Io, Nessus, and the European Dead Zone. So, I mean, what do you guys think about these planets? I think they all look pretty unique and pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting. One's called Titan. It's like all the words.
Well, it's funniest because that's where Zavala ends up after the event.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny.
Pretty.
And it's just a moon of Saturn, so it's like hopefully in some DLC we end up on Saturn.
What's really interesting because it's because it has the methane oceans. Everything there is man-made. There's no actual earth, you know, or ground. So you're basically going through a industrial, you know,
platforming everything.
city of stuff. So that could be, I'm imagining it will be more of a confined zone, you know, maybe similar to the Dreadnought in feel as far as like the actual space. Yeah. Like I don't expect it to be very expansive in like square footage, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Well, my immediate thought too is like, dang, how did they? I mean, to think about from nothing to designing that environment is it's just nothing but water. I mean, it's
right.
Like, okay, that's pretty amazing.
I hope it's going to be like questing in the Mall of America.
There you go.
Because it's just going to be like indoor stuff, right? Because everything's the ocean. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it'd be really cool if we got to possibly like take some elevators down to like an underwater area, and you could kind of like see through some windows, like maybe a little bit BioShock-esque.
That would be cool.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but I'm just thinking about the potential.
Though, like how they're, you know, touting these new patrols and what Manny's basically saying he's excited about. That one is going to be difficult to accomplish that. I mean, if I agree with you, you know, the way it's laid out, it doesn't seem like, I mean, it would have to be like Dreadnought style, major building, corners, hallways, exploration to pull it off in that zone.
How great would it be if they pulled a Doom and you got to find key cards? That'd be pretty fun, right?
Key cards.
Oh, key cards. Like, you don't have the red key card, sorry.
And then Nessus is the that one's like the magenta. Yeah, dude. Like, it's cool looking, really cool looking. So I mean, our hope is, right, that which they pretty much confirmed this, that when we go out and do a mission, I mean, everybody's hoping that when we go out and do a mission, it doesn't just end loading screen and then we load up another mission. That, I mean, we know we don't have to go to orbit anymore, but people are kind of hoping the transition from mission to mission, and then the NPCs out in the world and the lost sectors. Like, our hope, right, is that there's just this way more organic feel to the patrol, right? We get lost in it, and we don't have to make ourselves go out and explore these different corners. The game actually prompts us to do so. I mean,
yeah, you know, I really didn't even. Like. You brought up a really good point that it's very logical that, like, if you're in an area, when you finish a strike or a mission, like, it's very possible that it's just like, okay, you're done. Go somewhere else. Like, it's not like you get a timer and you get brought to orbit. Like, they could just be like, okay, you know, you're done. And I think you can actually like fast travel across maps now.
Oh, wow.
If I understood that correctly, like, because, you know, you can pull up a map and look at different zones, I'm pretty sure you can just select that and, you know, not necessarily like teleport, but, you know, you'll jump in your ship and go there real quick. So you won't have to spend as much time possibly like traversing if it gets a little bit repetitive.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome. That tells me these areas are going to be really big.
I hope so. You know, we talked about this all the way to the way the game's set up, and I mean, we know we're going to have nightfalls and things like that, but the way it's set up now, and you have your dailies and your nightfall and this or that, and it's all from the director, and that stuff's all great, and I hope that's still in the game, but I really, really hope they accomplish this patrol, open world, explore, and not just like once we explore it after 3 weeks, like, it's all stale. Like, I hope these lost sectors, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can go in, we know we can get the loot multiple times maybe in these lost sectors, but I hope they're kind of like mini strikes where we want to just go out and do that again. You know, I mean, eventually everything it's not that it gets old, you know, after 3 or 4 months, we've done it however many times, but I hope there's some freshness to it after weeks and, you know, a month or two of gameplay.
Well, it's, you know, think about it this way, like with expansions that we got, like the Taken King, you know, we got one new patrol to explore, and the Dreadnought kept us pretty busy for like a good few weeks or a month. If they are similar in scope, then we've got 4 of them, and they did say that the European Dead Zone, they put the most time into, I believe.
That's going to be so cool.
And it is the largest. So I think they packed the most content, and it's also the largest area. But even if it is, if all of these areas have things to do, things to find, adventures to have, I mean, I'm hoping they keep me busy for 2 or 3 months, and then by the time we have really chewed through all this stuff, we'll be looking at another expansion
pack. Yeah, Manny, actually, you're a great person to have on for this, because anytime Cyborg and I get on this conversation, I always think about Diablo, and not necessarily just Diablo, but it really seems like several Blizzard games. But running rifts in Diablo 3, it just, the way the loot table is in that game, and I'm sure you can compare this to WoW, it's not, the way it's set up just never felt like it got old. The only reason I stopped playing Diablo and another handful of games is because of Destiny. So obviously they got something right. But you always, like, the loot, I don't want tons of loot, but the variation in the loot made you just jumped in and ran a rift, 30 minutes, rift, 30 minutes, rift. And basically it was just like a dungeon. You spawned in, ran it, and then you were back out and you could run another one. And I think it would be cool if somehow in Destiny 2 they could accomplish some level of this. Strikes are it, but the thing about strikes is they started to do it. The chests are really cool at the end, like that's so close, and strike specific loot. I hope they continue that and maybe take it another level, and then strikes basically become the equivalent of Diablo 3 rifts, and you just want to keep running them because you can get different rolls on something, and you can get a different, a handful of different weapons, and there's always a chest at the end of them, and I don't know.
That's like the magic of the Diablo 3 loot system, is they have such a super high ceiling, so that even if you're getting the same item over and over, that item could be, you can have, a variation with every single one of them, and that ceiling is so high. And so I think that is like a huge challenge to translate to Destiny.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Because I mean, you go in there and you get some raid loot, and then you get your guns, and it's like, okay, I'm done. I have these guns. Yep. So I'm hoping that maybe the mod slot will have something for us to chase after, once we've acquired all the weapons that we wanted.
Well, the thing in Destiny is the other side of it that we get in Destiny that we can't overlook is we get very cool, specific pieces of loot that usually have lore behind them. And I mean, there's a lot to the single piece of loot we get. Not to say that there's not that in Diablo 3, but I mean, that's exactly what you're saying. It would be hard to accomplish that in Destiny, but I think they've moved in the right direction with Destiny 1 with the chests and the strike specific loot, but even to throw a layer of rolls, because we get, I think, specific rolls with the ones that are in the chests, to vary that up, or like you said, the mod slot. I feel like they're so close, like with a mod slot, like you said, or something that would make the replayability almost just endless. I mean, at some point you'll get tired of it, but I don't know.
I think like as we're talking about this, one thing that they haven't spoken on is how many strikes that we're getting. But my expectation is, being that this is a brand new title, that we're going to have a good number of strikes. And when you just really think about coming into a brand new game again, we're so used to chewing through content so quickly when these expansions come, because we haven't gotten anything else on the level of the Taken King, at least, only but one time. But guys, it's so exciting. We're going to come into a brand new game with a ton of strikes.
That's very true.
4 new patrol areas, a ton of campaign missions. Now that we've got these adventures, lost sectors, like all this stuff to explore.
Our whole
brand new
perspective
Crucible
is
modes,
based off
like
DLC right now.
It's we have to like dial back and think about like how much we're gonna have to play all at once on day one is going to be so much fun.
It is.
And, you know, we're talking about replayability, but who cares about replayability? Like, we're going to be playing all this new stuff and still getting comfortable and enjoying it at least for months.
We'll bring this back up. We'll bring it back up in January and hope that they learned, which we know they did from all their Destiny 1 progress. So yeah, that's a very good point, Cyborg. We're going to have a lot of content to play.
Yeah, we're going to be busy for a long time.
It's just hard to change that mindset from where we are to where we're going, but it's an exciting thing to consider.
Yeah, well, we all know we're gonna sit down the day it releases, and we're gonna be so nerding out on this game.
Oh yeah, dude.
There's no question.
Can't wait. But let's try to go ahead, Manny.
No, I was just gonna say that I think I'm gonna be pretty wrapped up with like all the new features for a while.
Oh yeah,
I'm super excited about it.
I want to kind of focus back because we're trying to talk about Patrol. Manny, which of these 4 zones are you most interested in playing?
I really want to get into the European Dead Zone.
Yeah,
I love. This sounds stupid. I love Earth, right?
Good, very good.
But I just can't wait to see what they've done and how immersive it's going to feel. I don't have like these expectations that I'm going to be disappointed with. I'm just going to be pretty pleased with whatever I get, I'm sure. But I'm really looking forward to just exploring as much of Earth as we can.
Yeah, ever since they've given us the PvP maps, people have wanted to explore the European Dead Zone.
We know what's so cool about that zone that I find intriguing. Not only is there a huge shard of the Traveler around this area that we're in, right? And so from a story and lore perspective, I'm super intrigued on what that means. But also just from the same perspective, what it could mean as we explore those areas and finding more about just what happened during the collapse, during that period and after. I'm sure there will be lots of really interesting opportunities for them to tell stories about what happened in that age, and for us to find out more details about, what really went down when the collapse happened, because that's a really big point of contention for a lot of the lore studiers and scholars in the community. It's there's some stuff, some really interesting grimoire cards that are out, but they're very open to interpretation on what some of it means, especially the Rasputin centered ones. So there's a huge opportunity there that I hope is well used for us to find out more about the history of this world.
Yep.
So
it's gonna be cool. I see those images with the shard of the Traveler, and it's like, oh, dude,
pretty cool.
Can we play this game?
Pretty
I just
cool.
want to explore. Manny, do you have? I mean, this is your topic, man. Is there anything else you want to add to it? Any
well, I did want to speak about some of the specific features that I think are just really like, at least in my heart, are like home runs. Like the in-game map. Like when the very first time I got into Patrol in Destiny, I was trying to figure out, how do I open the map? Like I couldn't figure it out.
I had thought the same thing the very first week,
because it's like a staple in RPGs, right? Like, it's how you navigate when you're out in the world. But so finally we're getting a map, which I think is a huge win. And
there was kind of a gasp at the event when they
was there?
Wait, not at the event. Did they show us the map at the event, or was it before?
No, they did. When Steve Cotton was up there, I think.
Yeah. I just remember it was just like, you just assumed it was a gasp because everything else was like a loud roar, and you could just tell everybody was like, oh, a map.
Ooh.
I love though that the map is going to be like feature rich, right? It's going to give you a lot of information. So you'll be able to see the public events that are going on with a progress timer. So you can decide, wherever you want to go. You're going to be able to see the adventures that are on your map, which are the adventures. They look really awesome. They're supposed to be side quests, right? They take like 10 to 15 minutes. And
just basically a strike in as far as length of content, a short strike.
Yeah, but they're going to be offered by NPCs that we just find out in the world,
NPCs
which is
in the world.
Really cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited, dude. It's like so you're going to get all these new storylines and these ideas, and they've taken out the grimoire. And they said they want to put the story back into Destiny. So a part of that is introducing all these new NPCs that we're going to be able to see. Mm-hmm. So man, I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I want to talk about. We don't have time to talk about it this week, but next week I think I want to talk about the grimoire.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I've watched a few things on it.
It's been really contentious in the community specifically, but I'd love to have a discussion with somebody about that.
I agree.
We'll talk about it.
Part of that.
We will talk about it. But yeah, I mean, how cool is it that we're going to have people to interact with in the world? It's just going to feel so much more alive, as opposed to just AI enemies everywhere. I mean, that was pretty much the life of the zones. And that's how you had identified areas. It'd be like, this spot is where there's a captain that comes out on that deck up there, and this spot is where the Cabal yellow bars spawn. Those were the landmarks.
Yep.
And one thing I thought was interesting, I don't know why this is the case, but I think Mark Noseworthy said that public events will actually host 10 people. And or up to 10, and I'm curious why that's the amount of folks that can be in the patrol. So I think there was a limit.
And the game broke.
Yeah, there was a limit on how many people could be in zones in Destiny 1, and I want to say, man, I'm trying to think how many I've seen at once. It had to be like 6 to 9. But why 10 now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's kind of random.
What is the math there?
Maybe it was just the magic number of having
it doesn't work for the
10
fire
guardians, however many enemies.
Yeah, it might just be what it takes.
4K resolution, 30 frames a second. Yeah, I mean, it may have just been math,
I mean, how awesome is it, though, that they can have 10 independent networked players along with everything that's going into a public event? I'm looking forward to some new public events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
those are another example of something they could, if done differently, but the same, but better, we could enjoy for a long time,
Yeah. Well, they kind of showed in Rise of Iron, how they were able to, do some more interesting things with public events,
right? Give us stuff
in the Plague Lands. Yeah, well, in the Plague Lands, they had some different types of public events that you could do. So, I hope that they are more creative as well again this time around with those.
That's why we shouldn't be disappointed when they tell us all hands on deck for Destiny 2, and hopefully that has been the case for a long time, because that's a lot to tackle. To everything they've learned from Destiny 1 and try to incorporate all of it to that equivalent and give us a whole new game, It's like that's a lot to tackle for a sequel. It's a lot. So.
Hey, Manny, you had a good perspective while we're on this topic about some things in WoW that were comparable that I'm interested to hear about.
Yeah, well, basically, as you're playing through Warcraft and you're going through all the different zones, you kind of leave each zone when you out-level the content. So potentially you're leaving behind all of this stuff that people made and wanted you to see, but they're no longer relevant to you. And
Right.
it took Warcraft years to come up with the World Quest, and basically it's a system to bring back max level characters into the world to complete different objectives and stuff. And they've done a lot of other things, to kind of get people or to keep people experiencing that particular content.
Mm-hmm.
But so that was one of the concerns that I have is all these cool features, these public events, these adventures, these lost sectors. How many of these things are we going to be able to enjoy once we are like max light level? So that's still a question. But one thing they did mention to us is that public events are going to have heroic objectives.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, so I wonder if that's kind of indicating that it's something for like max light level characters or what? I don't know. It's a big question.
Well, as well, they had from what we saw, at least in some pictures that were released, there was a heroic version of the Nightfall, I believe, as well.
Yes.
So it makes me wonder if their goal is to ensure that all these types of activities are accessible by all, but then there's a next level challenge that you can take on that will keep it relevant once you're in the end game, which, kind of bodes well on what your concern is. But, that's just two things that we know that exists in, and I'm curious if they're going to extend that across other different types of activities as well. I've always said that I would love to see like a Nightfall patrol or like a,
yeah.
like max level patrol or something. Like you go in and it's really, just dangerous. Like, but you're just exploring and patrolling and anything and everything can kill you. Like that would be a lot of fun when you hit like the end game, is to be like, all right, I'm going to load up patrol, but it's like max level patrol. And there's, enhanced rewards and different things to do. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah. Definitely.
Could you get into that, man?
I know, man. We've got less than 100 days to find that out, right?
I know.
It's coming soon.
I think I'm, as always, like we always dream really big for what we want out of this game, and a lot of it's probably just too dang high. But we can dream, right?
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
always.
Well, thanks for bringing up that topic. It was something that kind of is easy to gloss over in all the excitement, but I think it's going to be a really big part of the game for many people.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just talking patrol.
Yeah, no, I feel like we had part 1 and part 2 of the Destiny 2 reveal. We like tried to hit on everything, and now we've got like the next 50 episodes laid out. We can just talk about one or two things individually.
Pretty much, man.
I don't even know if that math pans out right, how many episodes we have left until the release. But
not many.
I had just a small thing here. Manny, is it your patrol convo concluded? I don't want to cut you off if you have.
No, go for it, man.
Mine really isn't a topic, more so than I threw up another poll. I've been like the poll guy.
I liked your polls.
But
put up polls.
I threw up one this week. I got to thinking how awesome role resets are in Destiny. It's something we got way later on. Role resets as in how regularly we get them now. We get them weekly. Again, post our conversation about 25 minutes ago, this is totally based on where we're at in the game right now, not the day we get a brand new sequel to Destiny. But it doesn't slight the importance of it at all. I love the weekly reset roll on vendor weapons now, and I threw up a post and just asked basically what I basically said, we agree regular role resets in Destiny are a good thing. Currently it's weekly. What would you guys like to see in Destiny 2? 181 people voted. 61% say weekly, 35 monthly, 1% quarterly, and 3% said we don't need it. So I actually got in a conversation on Twitter with several people, and I would have said weekly right off the bat. And then I realized, especially with the idea of a fresh game, I really think a monthly reset would be ideal, because you don't, with a brand new game, people had very good points. You don't want these crazy rolled weapons coming out every other week or on a weekly basis
you can't
on a
get them
brand
all,
new game.
right?
Yeah, because I mean everybody can get them too, though, is the thing. If you're just saving your, we're gonna have plenty to spend whatever currency we have on this stuff, but they're available to everyone. So it's like you kind of want to have that weapon that no one has for a little while. But I think things like this are so important in the game, because that weekly reset we have right now is so just like, it's just a freshness to the game every week. So, a few months in, I think monthly is a good balance. It'll be fine for the release of the game, and it'll be fine 3 months after the release, So,
yeah, I think you have a really good handle on that, because if there was like a weekly reset, there would be so many weapons that you would have to like go through. I mean, everything's going to be new. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to figure out what's good, like what do you have to have, and who knows what the economy is going to be like, and how many things you could actually buy, and how you buy them. So I think, especially starting out, I think maybe a monthly would be ideal, something like that, so we could have a good chance to like figure out what's good and what we want before the roles change.
And what do you guys think of this? What if they had a monthly vendor reset, and then so that would be once a month, and then you have I've got to believe that they're bringing Iron Banner back, right?
You'd think.
So
we've
2
talked
weeks
about that.
after
Seen some
the
Iron
vendor
Banner
reset,
looking gear.
we'll have, that's right. Some sweet gear too. I think in the Hunter looked kind of like a little samurai-ish, maybe.
Yeah, it looks a little samurai-esque.
So what if you have your vendor reset, and then 2 weeks later you have Iron Banner, and then 2 weeks
that'd be
later the
nice
vendor reset, and then it would kind of like a.
See, I just think
way.
things like that
sweet.
add such a refreshing thing to the game, because as soon as they brought the weekly things that we have now, it was like, wow, this is so obvious. I mean, we kind of all talked about it at some point or another, but you have the videos that pop up every week now, checking out the roles, and it's like, it just seems so obvious. So I love that idea, man.
Yeah.
Hey, and this may be asking a lot or thinking way too far into this, but what if, as opposed to a vendor role reset, all the gear completely changed?
Oh, rotating.
Have you thought about
gear.
That?
Just blew my mind.
Wait a second.
The possibilities, boys.
Hold on. Get Cyborg in the next meeting, please. No, but I hope they have stuff like this, that even though we won't be really looking or analyzing that for a little while, those are just things that just add, I feel like, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, they add so much longer lasting life to the game after we burn through some content. Because I was watching Blue stream a few weeks ago, and I hadn't really been on that week, and he's like, oh dude, there's a Icarus rifled palindrome right now, and I'm like, I logged in and went and got it. Like that, it's just a neat thing, we're always hunting weapons in Destiny, so of course roll resets are cool. So I like it.
True.
Okay, that's all I got.
Cool. I didn't bring anything to talk about, so we're done.
That's understandable, man. We've got some Derp Fam discourse.
My head has been elsewhere. Yeah, we do have some
good.
Derp Fam discourse. You wanna kick that off?
Yeah, let's do it. We have a speak pipe from Mr. Jay Howard. He snuck one in while we were recording, or right before, about the stream and hitting the goal. Let's take a listen real quick.
Hey Derp Fams, Jay Howard 414. I'm actually currently watching the stream to send me to Guardian Con. We are 5 hours in, and we've more than reached my goal, and I cannot tell you how unbelievably amazing this whole thing is. nobody had to do this for me. I have to really thank Fluffy Fingers for organizing it, and every member of the Derp fam and all of our friends for really going out of their way and above and beyond to help me out for them. I don't know. I'm pretty much all speechless right now. I love all you guys very, very much. And, I can't wait to now meet you guys at Guardian Con. And I don't know. I'm going to continue to enjoy the stream. So I'll just say once again, thank you guys very much. I'm literally on the verge of tears right now, just from all the love and support that I've been getting. So take care, guys. And I will obviously be seeing you guys soon.
This guy's such a great guy. I don't know what to say.
All
Happy
right.
that he was able to, I guess the community was able to raise that fundage to get him there, and eager to see what's raised for Stack Up at the same time. So be quite
It'd be
a cool
if
event.
they raised, like you said, the 1,000 for the original and then 1,000 for charity would be so cool.
Yep.
Anything for charity is awesome. So for anybody that doesn't know, Jay Howard he's done a lot for the Derp fam. He's made all kinds of overlays and logos and this or that
He's
for no charge.
his time to raise money for people, and he's just a very generous guy, very talented. Just really
The Derp fam way.
yeah, just really demonstrates what the Derp fam is like through his actions. So we're really happy that he's going to get to go to Guardian Con. We'll get to meet him and hang out as friends, and he'll get to experience that event with all of us. So exciting stuff, man. Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. But we had a couple questions we threw out during that stream while it was going on. They're like, guys, y'all have anything y'all want to talk about? Now's the time. So you want to start off with one of these questions from the Twitch stream, Arrow?
Sure. Yep. We immediately got one from Joe. He's always got something on his mind, Destiny related.
Oh yeah.
Serious question for the Derp Fam discourse. Does the current Icebreaker sidearm usage in the Crucible bother you, especially knowing we aren't getting another balance pass? Manny, you want to go first?
Well, truth be told, his first question was, is the beta out yet?
Oh, right.
The answer
It
is
was.
no.
Come on,
it's
Joe.
not.
No, it's not out yet.
The game has to, pause at some point, right? And this is just the meta that we currently have.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
We got to move on,
Yeah.
so.
I will say, I very soon after that last patch where they did this special change, I felt like they're so close to hitting the mark for trials. For sixes, I thought it was pretty good, and especially when they made it to where you didn't have to reload after picking up a box. But for trials specifically, my favorite game mode, my favorite activity, I thought they were so close, and I think they still are. They're not quite there, especially with things like Icebreaker and Sidearm, and not, running a normal sniper, at least a few times I did, I felt like I just didn't have much ammo very often, which is not a bad thing. Again, thought they were so close, but I am fine with them focusing on Destiny 2. I can play this state of the game until then.
Yeah,
I'm
something
fine
I
with
think that we forgot that was in the TWAB that I think I glossed over was that they actually addressed that. Because some people have been kind of speculating and wondering, is there going to be any, adjustments, changes, any, leading up to Destiny 2? And they're basically we're like, nah, we're all focused on Destiny 2. Get over it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Pretty much put a nail in that coffin. And so I think that's it. The game is a game.
It would be cool to get a minor sandbox update, nothing major, but I'm fine with.
Did they get it perfect? No. But I think the point has been brought up by several community members that I agree with. There's only so much they can do to balance this game without fundamentally changing what it is, and they can't do that. It's way past that. They they can't completely change weapon archetypes, and they can't just keep tuning and tuning and tuning certain guns, and it's like.
Well, what they should do is have a Twitter poll, and the options will be, what was your favorite meta throughout all Destiny 1?
And just set that up.
Whatever one wins, just hit the reset button.
There you go. Oh, what a show that would be.
Oh boy, the sniping fell winter.
Man, but after playing Trials this weekend, Joe, it really didn't bother me that much. I think I'm used to the reality of it, and it's, to be honest, not too different from some metas that we've been in before, where Icebreaker was still a thing, and that wasn't a perfect
I will say,
meta, but
I definitely do not run shotgun very often anymore. I almost always have a sidearm, so there's definitely a point there for Joe. Yeah. It has definitely shifted.
Don't have to live with that nonsense.
Sound like you're fine with it.
That's a win.
All right.
Next question was from Pack Devil. With the new weapon slots, kinetic energy, and power, do you think they can make some crazy good power weapons since the ammo is limited?
Yes.
Yeah.
They almost have to, right? But if they make some crazy awesome power weapons, are we ever going to use snipers and shotguns?
I mean, those are power weapons too, and they can make those crazy awesome.
Yeah, true. I just, it's like sniper. What can you do with a sniper? It's like, I hope we want to use a sniper rifle if I've got this crazy cool power weapon that does this crazy amount of, I don't even know what we're going to get.
Look at Zen Meteor.
Yeah.
Great example of a really cool concept. If they do things on that level, I imagine sniper rifles are going to do increased damage in PvE activities.
Yeah, see, I just immediately think PvP. My brain is automatic.
That's all you're thinking about.
Well, they said they're going to balance the power through the amount of ammo you get. So, the dubious volley, when that comes out, you shoot it 3 times. Sniper, you shoot it 6 times. Mm-hmm. And I think they're going to have to balance those really powerful power weapons just by the amount of times you can use it. And, talking about PvP, right?
Right.
Yeah, I want a weapon that you get 1 round for, and it just freaking obliterates everything. Just
delete
everything on the screen. It just blew me. Like, give me a nuclear warhead. How cool would that be?
There you go.
Forget abilities. Let's just have
mass destruction.
Nuclear warheads.
Yeah.
Good
What's
question.
this next question Archimedes posed?
How will PC change Crucible? Should Bungie make an effort to allow us to use the same character across different systems? Manny?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Dude, my first thought was like, there's still rumors going out there that PS4 and PC will, which is just makes sense with how intertwined PlayStation is with Bungie, but it makes more sense that Xbox and PC would as far as the back end of things go. But then again, I was talking to a friend about it this week, and Bungie's got that all on their side, so on their server side. So who knows? How cool would it be? My thought initially, the motivation there for Bungie, like what is really the motivation? But it shouldn't be any different. If they could pull it off, I would buy the game 3 times.
Oh yeah,
no question.
They have a better chance of selling me more copies with a persistent character than if they don't.
Yeah.
Like I would certainly buy all 3 versions if my character persisted all the way across, but if it doesn't, I'll probably just buy 2 at least initially.
That's exactly where I'm at. Mm-hmm.
But the reality is that I've purchased the game like the maximum amount of times already without them doing anything. Yeah. So they're selling several copies to me regardless of what they do. But I wish that would be great if you can have that in the game. But they would definitely sell more on PC if they have some kind of synchronization. If that's what their goal is to expand the market, and obviously
after seeing what they were able to do with Destiny 1 and all those expansions, and seeing how they're able to get people to play this game on multiple consoles because they're that cracked out. Like, they certainly have to have some kind of strategy for getting players to purchase multiple copies of the software. Like, for them, they have to be like cackling, you know, at a boardroom table, like counting coins over the fact that occurs, because that doesn't occur with a lot of games. Like, you don't easily get players to buy multiple copies of a game. So the fact that they can pull that off, they have to be thinking about, how do we capitalize this? And the easiest way to do that would be to have a persistent character across multiple consoles or multiple platforms, you know?
But I don't think they would be motivated to do that for PC sales simply because it's going to be on Battle.net. And Battle.net, the millions of people that have Battle.net on their systems right now is staggering. It's like, I can't remember exactly right, but I think there's like 30 million Overwatch players. There's over 70 million Hearthstone players, and the numbers are so high. They're definitely going to sell a lot of PC copies.
Yeah, I was listening to Fireteam Chat again this week, and we definitely didn't make light of this, but it just, the more and more I think about and hear about and different things of this Blizzard partnership, it's just like, this is, all aspects of that are just unreal. The fact that Blizzard wanted involved, or Bungie went to them, however it went down, I don't see how it could be anything but excellent for Destiny. To be associated with Blizzard and be the first, I guess, of any other game on their PC platform. Yeah. It's just huge. It really is
big.
But to dial back to Archimedes' question, how is it going to change the Crucible?
That's an interesting one.
I know in my mind, the biggest change is going to be that FOV slider. That really significantly changes how a game plays. If you can pull your FOV back to give yourself more awareness and get used to that, it certainly can give a highly competitive player an advantage.
Well, another thing is that I think weapon balancing is going to have to be tighter on PC, because just a PC player with a mouse and keyboard is going to be more capable of taking full advantage of a time to kill, more than somebody with a controller. So I think that'll be something that, that's going to be a thing on PC for sure.
The other thing I think about too is the pro, the tournament, if you will, is initially you're like, oh wow, that's all going to shift to PC. I've heard rumblings in the community that people think it'll still primarily be on PS4 because of always back to that Sony's relationship they have with Bungie, like the unofficial, and maybe one of us mentioned this last week, but that it may stay there, but the PC, like, no matter what happens, that community is going to rally whatever, There's
going to be a lot of players that migrate to PC. It's just a fact. A lot of the pro players, and I don't know, they may be playing on both. That's definitely a possibility, but then you're going to have more players too that have never been in the Crucible before that'll play only on PC.
And just to throw this in case anybody was wondering, we're definitely going to have Destiny Reset on PC.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, we'll have
big time.
We'll have a presence there. And we've got plenty of time to plan for that. It doesn't come out on release. We don't know, how quick I think that they're what they said at the LA event, it was that they were hoping to have an announcement on when PC comes out within a matter of weeks. So that could be another announcement that we see at E3, is the PC release date. But
I'm surprised it's not launching the same. It's like you wonder if it's strategic or if it's literally it's not ready.
Who knows? Who knows
Yeah,
why?
I'm thinking it might be just tech issues, making
Yeah.
sure everything works right with BattleNet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
know
a
in the
whole new
history of things, you don't want
adventure for them.
to launch a PC game that's broken.
Well, and plus,
Yeah.
you know, it gives them an opportunity. Like, there's going to be a new networking model, so it gives them an opportunity to stress that system without, you know, going from what they maybe expect, like a 20 to 40 million player base, to like possibly double that on a brand new network architecture that they're rolling out on a brand new delivery system, BattleNet. You know, I mean, there's so much
Oh yeah.
they have to plan for. It's kind of obscene, really, what they're trying to do. So I think it's smart. Plus, it gives like everybody who may want to do both like a chance to play it on console first, and experience the game without having to worry like moving a PC, you know, playing there for the first time. Like, it gives everybody a chance to be like, okay, I want to play on console, but I also want to play on PC. So when it comes out on PC, I'll start playing.
And anybody that never played it on console that is going to get it on PC will just have a later release date.
Yeah, and they may be able to pull some PC players over that maybe have a PS4 to buy it early on PS4 to get used to the game, you know, to playing it, knowing full well like they're going to main PC when it comes out. Like, it's kind of clever.
Could be strategic.
Strategery. Oh,
All
to be a
right.
fly in the wall.
Burning Wing is 0. Arrow Knight and Cyborg Sasquatch, are you guys nervous to do a in real life podcast at Guardian Con?
Shaking in our space boots.
I have thought about it a few times. I'm actually more excited than nervous, but I'm really excited to see all the derp fam that are going to be in that.
I know it's going to be super warm and hype, and it's going to be fun. I know our audience is going to be really, really kind, so I think that takes away the nervousness for me.
Yeah, it does. I agree. We're excited.
It'll be fun though. I'm sure we'll get nervous right before.
Yeah.
I wish I could be there.
Let's
but I
hug
have
it
too
out.
many kids.
Oh, Manny.
It'll be streamed.
No.
You'll
We'd
get to
love
watch.
to have you there, dude. It's understandable, though.
It will be on
Maybe next year.
twitch.tv/DestinyReset.
Yeah, that shouldn't make us any more nervous either. But it's on all the Twitches.
Stream to the world.
Yes, I'm going to watch it for sure.
No doubt. Last one, Wielding Hammer. Any advice you can give if someone wants to start their own podcast?
Dude, man, don't be afraid to dive in. A lot of it is daunting. Yeah, you know, like thinking about how you get it on iTunes and this or that. Like, I remember, you know, us thinking like, man, this is, what do we do with some of this? But just Google it. It's all out there. Don't be afraid.
Hard.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Just dive in. Definitely.
Yeah, if it were me, I would say just get together, record, you know, kind of a like a draft episode, if you will. And if you like it, you know, put it out there. If you don't like it, it's a podcast. You could do it all over again if you wanted to.
There are so many different aspects of it, all the way from the technical side to the recording. Like if you're recording like Cyborg and I do most of the time, where we don't even use video on Skype, some of that awkwardness that may have been there initially wasn't, even though if you listen to the first episode, we don't sound super, we sound like we're going to fall asleep. But, you know, then doing it, if you do it across from each other, like across from a table, the first few episodes probably are kind of even more awkward because you're just like staring at someone talking about something into a microphone.
Yeah.
But anyways,
you know, there's things people are doing now where, you know, they do their podcasts live on Twitch.
yeah,
And I think that has a lot to offer by using that format. I think it could definitely make things more interactive and add some flavor to the idea. So that's something to consider too, is just get on Twitch and get a couple people up and put it in the talk show directory.
Live.
Yeah, and just do it live and see how it goes, you know. See what people think. You can test drive it that way. That's the thing, man. You don't have to marry yourself to anything. Like you can make it whatever you want and change it on a dime if it doesn't work. So
Yep.
that's our advice.
There you go.
Also, get Manny to do your
Oh, there you go.
bumpers because his voice is so smooth. And
Hey, as a podcast listener, make sure you do the podcast for like good, sustainable reasons. Because the one thing I hate about podcast is pod fade, when they just go away all of a sudden.
pod fade. I've never heard that term, but that's a thing for sure.
Yeah, consistency.
When they just disappear,
Yeah.
that stinks.
Everybody looks for their podcast of choice the day they know them to release.
Yep. Yeah, we hear about it if it's not there. Dude, where's the podcast? I can't find it. Ah! People freak out, man. It's like their crack. Gets them through their day.
Yeah, it's a good thing. We like that.
All right.
Good
I
questions.
think that's all the Derp Fam discourse, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was good.
Wrapping it up. We do have some more Derp Fam patron shout outs this week.
Oh, holla.
I'm going to say two of these. I'm going to let you guys guess on the other one. Mr.
Okay.
Mayhew and Necessary Evil 85. You guys
All right.
wanna do that other one.
Oe Nani?
Oenani?
Or We
That
Nani?
is not to make yours any less significant. We just were having fun with how to
No, we're
pronounce
just
it.
we're not certain how it's
Yes.
supposed to be said.
Thank you guys so much for becoming a patron and supporting us in the Derp Fam. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. If you want to support us, we've got a Patreon at patreon.com/Destiny Reset. Our goal is to consistently provide high quality content to you in podcast format. And so we're welcoming any who would like to support us financially in doing that. We have some ways that we would like to improve the show and make things even more sustainable for us as hosts. So if you feel generous, then please go to our Patreon. Even $1 a month can make a difference.
Yes, we thank you in advance.
Yeah. Also, for Derp Fam Discourse, if you wanna hear us discourse about your question, idea, or if you even want to drop a shout out for somebody that's done something positive for you in the community, you can email us at destinyresetpodcast@gmail.com. And you can also leave a speak pipe, which is like a voicemail, at speakpipe.com/destinyreset. We'll see you there next week.
Do it.
All right.
All right, guys.
I think that's it.
Yeah, some more good convo this week.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be back and hanging out with
We're
you
glad
awesome
to have
gents.
you back. We're glad to have you back, and we're glad to have Manny back. Manny and
Yeah.
Joe brought some great topics last week. Manny brings another one this week.
They
Maybe
did.
you could help us generate some topics, Manny. Even if
Yeah.
you don't come on, just shoot them our way, and we'll
Can
we'll
you
give
stop
credit.
got
using
some
all your
ideas.
creative energy on the coffee podcast and start producing for our show, please?
Come on, Manny.
I got some ideas.
Holding out on us.
Well, thanks for joining us, dude.
Yeah, thanks a
Again.
lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah, where can
Love
people
having you
find you, man?
Well, you can find me at AKA Manny G on Twitter and Instagram. You could also use that same name to add me on Xbox, or you could add me on BattleNet, AKA Manny G 1612.
Man,
Wow, have to start throwing
BattleNet.
that one out there.
Got profiles. Wow. I'm going to have to create one of those. Well, awesome. Aeronite, where can people find you, buddy?
You can find me on Twitter at the Arrow Knights and Twitch and YouTube. It's Arrow Knights. What about you, man?
Excellent. I am Cyborg Sasquatch on Twitter and Twitch. And finally, you can find us at Destiny Reset on Twitter. www.destinyresetpodcast.com is your source for all things DRP, including links to join the Bungie.net group if you want to partake in the Derp Fam, our fabulous clan. Also, you can click a link to find the podcast app of choice if you want to subscribe to us, which we love and encourage. So that's all things DRP. Just cruise on over.
Dude, I have to say too, I totally knocked that out of the park last week. I know it's usually your thing, but I'm like, I got to do this. I got to knock this out. Cyborg's not here this week.
Proud of you.
It was good.
I don't know if you made it that far into the show or if you were already sleeping, but I tried. I tried for you.
I'm going to listen for it. I got about 3/4 of the way through the show when I could this week.
It's kind of cool listening to it, right? Not being on it. I did that for 2 weeks, and it was neat.
To be frank, it was highly enjoyable.
Cool.
Not just because I didn't have to participate, but because I got to listen to my show and not know what was going to be talked about.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was like, this is great. This is wonderful. Like, I'm listening and I'm getting something from this.
The end user finally.
Yeah.
iTunes reviews. We got one more. We appreciate it. Kazion. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Really, really appreciate iTunes reviews. I gotta say his is great. All of them are excellent, but here's his review, his or her review. 5-star is good with the description of yes.
I'll take it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yes.
All positive.
Yes on back.
Is good.
Yes to you.
All right. Great show. I think I'm going to go check out the stream. Right?
Yeah, let's go jump back to the stream, see what's going on with those cats, and see how many more dollars they've raised.
Let's do it.
Right.
It's been another week. So until next week, have fun playing Destiny, and take care, Guardians.